Welcome back to Phatkat Collections. Got another Nubeo watch for you folks today. And this is another Ventana. This is their newest release of the Ventana Wetsuit Black. Alright, so let's do the unboxing. Of course, as always, with any of these watches I review, check out the up close and personal video review where I simply just show the watch and talk about the specs and show you guys some real good close-ups underneath, 4K resolution under better lighting, right? So, but today, in my standard format, let's check it out. So, the Ventana is a watch that's been around for a while now with Nubeo. I've reviewed many different Nubeos and different variations on this channel, different colors, of course. Ultimately, it's the same watch. I think it's one of Nubeo's most popular watches. They always sell out. It's very simple, it's very big, it's very bold, and the simplicity makes it extremely durable. Not that the other ones are not, I'm not saying that. Don't run with it, but I'm saying, sometimes simple is, I think, the most reliable, right? There's not a lot of stuff on it. It's just a basic, big, beefy dive watch. And I think you guys are really going to like this one if you haven't seen the Ventana already. Now, this is their skeletonized version. I chose the black because it's kind of the most universal. I think that's, most people, if they have a huge collection of watches, they might start to branch off and getting different colors. But for the most part, if you're relatively new and have not lost your mind like me, who needs 500 watches, you're probably gonna get the black one, right? So, standard Nubeo box, check it out. Pretty basic. Outer sleeve. I never spend a lot of time on the box, right? I do think Nubeo's boxes are kind of fun. They're very bright, the orange and blue, just very bright, fun colors. And then, of course, the presentation. Now, these are limited edition. This is only available in 125 units, and that's of each variation. So that means there's a lot of Ventanas made. So if one sells out, let's say this is gone by the time you watch the video, you could probably pick up a different color, all right? But this is relatively new, so the odds are going to get this are pretty good. As always, the link to this watch is in the description, and if I have a coupon code at the time of this video, do try to use that as well. So I'll show you guys what it looks like close up here. We have the limited edition number. This is number 70 of 125. Nice kind of pull strap here, and this is like a plastic card. I like that it's not cardboard. It's actually plastic, so it's not going to break down. I never really spend a lot of time worrying about the box, but if you're gifting this to somebody, I think it's a nice way of presenting it. Instruction manual, you don't really need an instruction manual on a watch like this, in my opinion. Warranty card, and of course the watch. So let's check it out. I don't standard pillow, right? Hang tag. One thing I like about the Nubeo rubber or silicone straps, in this case it is silicone, is they're it's a very thick silicone strap. It definitely, even though it's, just standard black silicone, not like overly flashy, it definitely has a thickness that kind of stands out on the wrist, if that makes any sense. And check it out. So, I've said it before, I have a lot of Ventana watches, and I do like the yellow and black on this. I think, honestly, because it is a skeletonized version, I would have liked to have seen them maybe make the indices a little smaller. But remember, the idea of this, these are dive watches, right? So Nubeo, they theme their watches either by space or by the sea. And so this is one of their sea versions, I believe, the Ventana. Of course, I could be wrong in that. I think I'd know after all this time. Let me just see what it says here. It doesn't actually state what they're theming, but it says, I was going to give you the spiel here. This is what they say about it. 125 units, a new iteration of the best-selling Ventana collection. Multi-layered dial features a semi-transparent plate, giving the wearer a glimpse of the Japanese automatic movement beneath. Featured an impressive 100 ATMs of water resistance, and it cased in a sapphire lens for maximum durability. Design pays homage to submersible innovation while delivering a sophisticated style. So they don't really talk too much about where the name comes from, whether that's like a rover of some sort, but this one is sea themed, and usually they will theme their watches based on either like a submarine or a rover of some sort, just something related to the ocean, right? Or space or sea exploration. So it's a great piece. I'm not going to take off the sticker on the back there, since we'll just leave that on. You would scan this to register your watch. Remember, these are not specific to each watch. They just are a generic register your watch link. There is, again, you can see if you click the link in the description where it takes you to their site where you can buy this. I only recommend buying Nubeo from Nubeo because they have the best prices on their product, which is great. You can see some close-ups of the loom. Cool thing about the lume on this, you have two different colors. We have on the indices, which are really easy to read, very legible. We have kind of like a darker blue, and then the hands are lumed in like that traditional, I call it like indigo green. And the lume on this is super lume. Now, I don't know if they're both super lume, just different color variations or what, but it's definitely legible at night or underwater if you are diving with this. But remember, you know, these are themed watches. I'm not saying you can't go down 100 meters with the 100 ATMs with this, but you know, most watches that people buy are never going to spend any time in the water, right? So just got to keep that in mind, right? 316 stainless steel, one of the many check boxes that I state in every video review I do. As far as the movement, I'm going to take a guess on this and say this is either a Miota or an NH35. I'm trying to hear the rotor. Sometimes you can tell. They generally use Miotas or NH35 movements or the NH series movements. So, you know, this one, the rotor in an NH series kind of like flops around, whereas a Miota, it's I don't know if the NH series has ball bearings as well, probably does, but it just kind of spins, like you could hear it rotating around. So NH35s tend to be quieter. None of it really makes a difference in my opinion, because everybody's different. It may bother you, then I would think that honestly, if the sound of the rotor moving around slightly when you put your ear to it while moving your wrist bothers you, I have to really question how you get through life without getting upset about things, because there's more important things to worry about. But anyway, crown at the the 4 position. On this particular one, I don't know if this bezel insert is aluminum or if it's like a plastic. It doesn't actually state, but you know, I'm not really sure on that. Unidirectional rotating bezel. You know, I mean, I joke. You guys might find I repeat myself a lot in these videos because not everybody who watches one video is going to ever see another video again, right, on my channel. So it just depends. I like to mention it. The bezel action is fantastic. There's no back and forth play, but that can be said with almost every watch I review. It's not hard to have a good bezel nowadays, and Nubeo always does. There's no movement. There's no back play. It's solid. It turns with authority. And, you know, if you were to turn the bezel on, let's say, a luxury brand that costs thousands and thousands of dollars, just because it may sound different doesn't mean it's better, right? Some folks, they see price tag, they see name, they say, oh, well, that must be a better bezel. That sound must mean it's better. It's not the case, right? So it's a great bezel. Screw down crown, of course. You have the helium release valve on the side. Sapphire crystal, again, mentioned every video. If it's not sapphire in a different brand watch or whatever you may decide to add to your collection, it doesn't mean it's going to scratch. Sapphire is the most scratch resistant, without a doubt, but it's not like the other ones aren't pretty close, right? So just kind of keep that in mind. You don't have to have sapphire, but this does have it. Obviously, the dial color is black. This is all murdered out, but this is something that I like with a black watch. I say it, and every time I review a black watch, is that there has to be something to make it look non-G-Shock-ish. And with this, you know, it's not a gigantic watch, even though some may argue 50 millimeters is big. 16.5 in thickness is a tall watch, but I think the skeletonized face and the yellow kind of really make this watch pop and will make somebody say, I know that's not a G-Shock, what is that, right? And hopefully you can see in this video. If you can on this, definitely check out my close-up and personal video. I'll put the link to that in the description as well, where you can see that skeletonized face a little more. That's what I said. I think with this one, they should have done smaller indices just to really show off the movement a little bit more. But hey, it's not the end of the world. This is a great looking piece and definitely an awesome watch to add to your collection. 173 grams in weight. If you buy from Nubeo Direct, you do get a 2-year international warranty. This is a 24 millimeter silicone strap with a nice big classic Nubeo buckle. Nice thing about these watches, if you want to change it up, a black watch is great. It goes with everything. You could throw on another 24 millimeter, like I have this toad strap right here. You can throw this on a white toad strap. I don't know where I got this from, but my point is 24 millimeter, very easy to find a replacement strap. And what's nice about this, it's not proprietary. So whatever happens to silicone down the road, maybe you do something, you damage it, who knows? Whatever happens, you'll be able to find a strap because they're standard lugs. 24 millimeter, you'll be able to find straps all day long. Stay tuned. I do have a couple awesome exotics coming from a company out of, I think it's Thailand or Vietnam. Stay tuned for that. Nothing cooler than if you're going to throw a watch on a different strap, having something a little exotic. And I think this watch would look, I actually have black Stingray coming. This is going to look fantastic on that. But I don't know. I don't think I ordered 24. But I'll kind of show it off with a 22 just to show you what it could look like. So it's a great looking piece, folks. Nubeo is a fantastic brand, and if you haven't given this brand a chance, I would definitely do so. You will be blown away with the quality, but you know, I'm not gonna claim that Nubeo's quality is better than Invicta or better than Aragon or one of the other many brands. It's when we talk watches, like this badass watch, we get to the point where once you have that level of quality that's considered good, when you start to increase quality, it doesn't jump up like this. You know, when we have poor qualities here, we have a good quality watch, it's here. It's a night and day difference. You can feel the difference. When we start to get into luxury tier quality, the differences are so subtle. Nobody, I repeat, nobody, even like RDs, have a hard time telling which is a fake Rolex versus a real Rolex. I'm not making this video about that, but my point is when you have good quality, that's really all you need. Now, that is subjective. If you are the kind of person who cares if the movement is finished behind a non-exhibition window case back where you can't even see it, then yeah, maybe Nubeo is not the brand for you. But if you're looking for good quality, fun, different color variations, nice aesthetics, and that is subjective, but just, you know, a heck of a watch, I would give Nubeo a chance. And what's nice about, I've said this too, is what makes Nubeo very unique is just like Invicta, people don't buy one. They tend to buy the different models. They collect Nubeo. And that's really, I think, says a lot about a brand to be able to build collectors out of a specific brand. Like if you, let's say like a Citizen watch or a Movado, somebody might just buy one and be like, yeah, I got my Movado, right? Like I have a Citizen. I have other brands where I just have one. But when it comes to brands like like Invicta, they're always coming out with something for me to want to add to the collection. And Nubeo is no different. So I think it's definitely something difficult to do, and they're obviously doing something right because people keep coming back for more. So that's it, folks. Links in the description. Check out my up close and personal video. If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Use the coupon code. Hopefully it'll work for you. It depends on what kind of deals they got going on, whether it does or doesn't. I'm trying to work on having a coupon code that works no matter what sale. And that might be a smaller coupon code, but I want you guys, when you watch the video and you find value in what I'm doing, is to be able to get a little bit of a discount for using the link and just taking the time to watch the video, right? Now, I'm not gonna say it's my way of giving back, but obviously it's an affiliate link. If you find value in what I'm doing and sharing this watch, if you see this video and you're like, because I get it all the time, right? Here's what I get all the time. People are like, Phatkat, went ahead and bought that watch. Thank you, loved your review. And I'm like, okay, did you use my link? And they're like, no. So they come to my channel to share their experience and they're excited about it, but yet they didn't use the link. That might be because they researched the watch after they bought it. Regardless, I'm not saying I have hard feelings or anything, but if you do find value in this video, please do use my link. It is appreciated. And again, if you have any questions, I check my YouTube every single day, all throughout the day. I definitely help get you an answer. If you are looking to buy this and you need to know exactly which movement because you are particular about that, let me know. I'll find out for you. Thanks for watching, folks. Have a fantastic day. Do subscribe to the channel and take care.